Lake Victoria is the largest lake in Africa, and it's the second largest freshwater lake in the world. Lake Victoria is a transboundary lake, and water doesn't really know national boundaries. So if there's a threat on one side of the lake, there's a threat on the other side. And millions of people depend on this transboundary lake for their livelihoods.
So when we understand why biodiversity is important and what happens when we do not have biodiversity, we learn why we should care about biodiversity.
We are facing very deeply, for the first time probably in our lifetimes, the worst climate change crisis that we have as a globe. And the key to alleviating, the key to fighting back, the key to keeping our environment in check is by, first of all, identifying the causes of this climate change. And one of those causes is just how life happens around the lake, the biodiversity around the lake, and how it's exploited. So our role in this is to just collaborate with InfoNile and collaborate with other partners in this space and investigate those areas, or bring journalists and give them tools that will help them investigate in public interest how those biodiversity tools are being used on the lake.
Most of these threats, you realize, are hidden in data, they're hidden in scientific reports, with a lot of technical terms that people may not really understand. That's why it's the role of the journalist to be able to explain the impact of these threats to the common person and actually inspire them to take action to save the lake.
For us to know why we should care about freshwater biodiversity, I think first we need to know why freshwater biodiversity is important, or biodiversity in general. Number one is the economic value of this biodiversity, and that goes to the fishing industry, the tourism industry. There's also the ecological value of this biodiversity.
So it's important that we get journalists that are passionate. It's important that we get journalists to investigate the causes of this climate change, and some of those causes are around the biodiversity surrounding areas like Lake Victoria. So we're interested in getting those journalists into the room so that they can investigate and also find and tell very impactful stories around the communities living on the Lake Victoria.
That's what we want to train journalists to communicate in this training.